Hey everyone, it's the Vigilant Soldier here, and I wanted to give you all another video. This is another edition of the Education System Exposed. Now this one is actually rather different than the my other ones. Actually, this is the other two that had some stuff to do with science, but this one is actually about them brainwashing us, about the liberal views. Now, first of all, I've just got to say the original plan was for this episode to be the original plan was for this episode to be manipulated history, but that's going to be part 4 now. Part 3 today has to be about the liberal brainwashing. Now, this came to my mind today in school because we had an assembly this morning in school, and they were talking about they were talking about the Holocaust, and what they were speaking about is Hitler. Now, I could already sort of see where this is going because they said something, and they said things are happening today similar to that, and I knew exactly what they were going to start going on. They started going about the Muslims, but anyway, what they brought up was Donald Trump. They were comparing Donald Trump and Hitler. Now, first of all, I'm just going to say I'm not for Donald Trump. I believe he's an absolute shill. He's definitely not a true Christian. He's never even asked God for forgiveness. Therefore, he can't be a true Christian. His pastor was a Freemason. He's just not a true Christian. Either way, I don't believe that he's actually going to make a difference. Don't believe he's anti-establishment. I honestly think that he's he's part of the Illuminati. If you think otherwise, then that's your opinion, but my opinion. So just eat something. My opinion is that he's a part of the Illuminati. They just control the position. He wants to make us think we're anti-establishment, but we're not. He's here to distract all the truthers, but come on, he's not working. He's not going to work on us. Trust me. It's not going to work. He's a shill. He always will be. Anyway, then again, I might be wrong. I never know. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. I always think it's a proper shill. And I believe that until he actually does make some real difference, good difference in the world, and fights the elite. Anyway, so they'll talk about how Hitler said he was going to make Germany great again. We built walls around society, and they compared that out to about how Donald Trump said he's going to make America great again, and how he's building a wall around America. Now, first of all, the wall around America is not around specific societies. It's to do with the American border. Other countries have walls. Why is it different with America? Now, I don't want to sound like I'm defending Donald Trump because I'm really not for him. I know the walls just create division, but the thing is, you cannot compare a wall being built to that. Because the thing is that when Hitler built walls, he built walls around specific societies to seclude them. He isn't. Donald Trump, well, the elite are building a wall at the American border to prevent illegal immigrants from getting in. Now, the true agenda is to create division among Americans. I know this myself. What I'm saying is you cannot compare those two things. Now, those people, they don't know. They believe it's a natural system. This is what gets me mad. Because those people think that Donald Trump's actually making a difference. This is his choice. Now, the reason that gets me mad is because that means they actually think that building a wall at a border would be bad, when I personally don't think it would. I believe that you have, like, a country has every right to prevent illegal immigrants from getting in. But either way, that's not even the agenda they want anyway. They just want to create division. Now, basically, they were also comparing, like, quote-unquote hate speech which Donald Trump said about Muslims. And by the way, he has not said hate speech towards Muslims. You're taking things the guy said completely out of context. Donald Trump said that he wants a temporary ban on Muslims entering the United States. Now, there are reasons for this. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the Quran commands people to kill. And it does. I've read it. I'm going to make a video exposing Islam one day. And they actually do have that planned. I want to debate a Muslim on it. I'll even prove it to them. But yeah. Trump. He had, let's pretend that Trump was making a difference. If he was, then I think he'd have every right to, because the Quran is a dangerous book when you read it. It's dangerous. I'm not saying I hate all Muslims, but I'm saying if you read those parts of the Quran, you will understand. And people say, what about the verses in the Old Testament? Listen, there's a complete contextual difference. Alright? I will make a video on the context and the differences of the Old Testament and New Testament just to shut some people up whenever they go on about it. But anyway. So yeah, they're brainwashing us with liberal views. Now, liberal views are not my views, obviously, as a Christian, because I do not believe in homosexuality, don't believe in abortion, and so on. I can't believe in those as a Christian, therefore I'm just a Christian. I'm not right or left. I don't fall into that paradigm. If I had to be, I'd be more conservative views. As I said, I'm not like conservative or, you know, liberal. I'm not like right wing or left wing. You know, I'm just neutral, whatever. I don't really care. At the moment, the world's bad as it is, and it always will be until Jesus comes back. That's sad truth. But anyway, so there are schools teaching liberal viewpoints, but not just that, it's the brainwashing us from like young ages. Over in Britain, they've done this for ages. They do brainwash us. It's not good. Here's the thing. It's not just that they're teaching us what liberals do. They are brainwashing us into believing that that's the correct way. In school, they've always done it. They teach about the LGBT agenda and all that. The LGBT agenda is literally in school. They are now teaching us. It's like they want us all to be gay, because they do. They teach about trans people to maybe turn us like that. It's weird, because a couple of years ago when I was like year 9, I had a lesson on homosexuality. I wasn't confused as such, like, but I started to think it might actually be more accepted if I was gay. I wasn't actually considering turning gay, obviously, because I'd never do that. I'm straight, completely straight. But my point is, I was starting to think that being gay would make someone more popular. To be honest, in this day and age, it would be, and that's what I mean. Gay people complain that they get, you know, persecuted, but they don't. Well, no, they will. Obviously, everyone gets persecuted, but Christians get persecuted a lot more than gay people. Everyone loves gay people now. Thanks to homosexuality. No, I'm not saying yes, I hate gay people. I love them all. I love you all. I love everybody. But my point is, gay people are starting to like. Everyone loves them a lot more than they even love Christians. Well, everyone's supposed to hate Christians. The Bible even tells us that. But yeah. So it's just LGBT agenda from birth, which is a sin. Every single form of LGBT is a sin. Be straight. Now, as I said, you can have homosexual desires, you can have like bisexual desires, whatever, but you cannot practice those things. It is sinful. You are committing an abomination against God. Now, yeah, there is liberal brainwashing, because there are also teachers about abortion, how it's good and all that. Just teaches all this annoying stuff. Now, it's a problem. As I've already said, I wouldn't have a problem if they were just teachers about this stuff, or like, say if they were teachers who gay people were. But what my problem is the fact that they're teaching us that they always get persecuted, even though they don't. Sure, they will get persecuted in some places, but over here in Britain, I'm speaking in Britain specifically because this is where I live. In my education system, it talks about like in Britain we get persecuted. They do not get persecuted over here. I'm telling you, they don't. They get more love than most people. Why is that? Because everyone feels sympathy for them. Everyone feels sympathy because you'll get the odd one homophobic kid who's going to be nasty to them, and then they're going to think, oh, that person must be really upset. I've got to look after them. Now, sure, you should care for them. Well, my point is that they love gay people and bisexual people more than they would an average person. If you understand what I mean. Because of sympathy, that's what they're getting us to do. It's like they're trying to get us to feel sympathy. Sure, I feel sympathy for anyone who's getting bullied or anything. But my point is, it's not quote unquote normal. Not exactly normal, because that's like, it's not okay to be gay. I'm saying that now. It's not okay to sin. It's not okay to have sex outside of marriage. It's not okay to have be adulterous, fornicate. It's not okay to murder someone, to attack someone, to swear, or lie, any sin. None of it is okay. And to be honest, if you're gay and you're practicing those urges, you're committing an abomination against God. And the liberals, well, they don't. A lot of them won't believe in God, and any Any quote-unquote Christian who believes in this stuff is not really a true Christian. You can't be. A true Christian cannot love homosexuality. Like, sure, we can love the homosexuals that we're supposed to, but we are supposed to hate the homosexuality. I hate homosexuality because it is a sin. Just says I hate liars. No, I don't mean liars. I mean swearing. I'm getting confused. Okay, I hate homosexuality. I hate lying. I hate swearing. I hate murder. I hate thievery. But I don't hate, for example, I do not hate liars. I do not hate people who swear. I don't even hate murderers or thieves. Because you know what? Everybody has a past and we are all fallen. I don't judge. I don't look myself as better than them. Sure, they've committed crimes. Some of them have done terrible things. Here's the thing, though. God's going to bring them justice. Why should I try and bring it upon them? God's going to bring them justice. And hopefully, there's still potential for them to get saved. They could still be saved. You always got to think of that. You got to reach out to them and pray for these lost people. Because they could potentially be saved one day. You got to think about this. And the homosexuals, they really need praying for. I ask that you pray for them right now. Right after you watch this video. Pray for the homosexuals that they will find Jesus Christ. And they will be set free from their sin. Because Jesus Christ has the power to do that. And as long as you believe, then it will happen. I promise you. I promise you. Pray for those homosexuals, and some of them are going to have impact. Well, they're all going to have an impact on life. The Holy Spirit will be upon them, and some, your prayers might just reach through and cause a few of them to, fully get saved. Like, it might just boost the Holy Spirit in some of them. That little extra much. You never know. Prayer works. It really does work. It helps. Trust me. Because the liberals, they're brainwashing kids from a very young age. Now, I'm going to start reading the article anyway. But what I'm saying is, you cannot brainwash kids. You want to know why? You cannot brainwash kids with stuff because you are basically deciding what their mindset is going to be. They are beings of their own. They should be able to decide what their own viewpoints are going to be. If you grow up and decided they want to be a liberal, that's up to you. But if someone is brainwashed from birth, that's completely differently. Now, people are going to compare this to Christianity when people are taught it from birth. There's a difference here. If I ever have kids, which I probably will do one day, then I am going to teach them Christianity, but here's the difference. I'm going to teach it them. I'm not going to brainwash them. No, I'm going to teach them. The difference is, they're saying they're just teaching us what liberalism is, but the thing is, they're brainwashing us because they don't teach us any other religions. And I'm going to tell my kids about other religions, but the thing is, I'm going to teach them Christianity is the main one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach them and tell them what it's all about. I'm going to let them choose for themselves. I'm going to tell them all as a fact, because it is a fact. But here's the thing. I let them decide for themselves. These people at these schools, they don't let us decide for themselves. They claim that they do, but they don't, because of our test papers and that, like in certain lessons, they are based off of liberalism. These are taught to us so much and rammed down our throats that we have to believe them at some point, if we even want to pass our grades. I obviously don't believe in them, but if you understand what I mean, and the school will complain at you and literally persecute you if you disagree with those points. Literally. In school, if you say that you are against homosexuality, I guarantee that a teacher is going to say something to you, because they will persecute you. Trust me. Liberalism is evil. But anyway, let me get back to the assembly actually first. So yeah. So they were saying, basically, it was then the school encouraged us to protest. They show videos and pictures of the protests which were happening, where the people were beating people up who supported Trump, where the liberals beat Trump supporters up. I'm sorry, but I do not fancy participating in that sin. I do not fancy go around yelling stuff and being, just antisocial. I'd much rather sit down and make a YouTube video or read the Bible. Or do something else. Spend time with a friend. Christian friend. Spend time with my family. I could do so much, which is much better than protesting. But can you believe that? The school that I go to is telling us to protest liberal views and to protest try and get Donald Trump out of office. Even though that I'm in Britain and not America. Listen, there were protests in Manchester. I live in Manchester. There were protests there. They probably were in other cities. Because I have a guy who goes to school. He posted on Facebook. He was there at the Trump. Now, this guy who I'm talking about, he claims to be a Christian, but I don't think he's actually saved. He's like, he's a huge idolater. I'm gonna pray for him either way. But the guy, he supports Alex Jones, and he believes in conspiracy theories. He supports Trump as well. So yeah, the guy knows a lot about the conspiracy theories. He knows about the Illuminati. He studied them. I pray that he does get truly saved. But here's the thing: he believes that Donald Trump's true. He went there to mock the people. He's basically a young Mark Dice. So I don't, or somewhat like that. Well, not like Mark Dice, but you know what I mean. He mocks people and that. So he's not saved. I pray that he does get saved, and I also hope that he does. But the truth is, he's not. But anyway, he was there. He was like trying to mock all the liberalism lists. So yeah, that's how I know there were protests in Britain. Seriously, this is going worldwide. This is creating division not only in America, but in Britain too. I knew this would happen because all over Facebook and social media, we did see I saw the division. But here's the problem. Now they're creating division in the school, because this assembly today, it led us to division. Now, and I guarantee you there'll be other schools in Britain and probably all across the world which teach you liberal views. For example, in like year 7, like young ages, they teach us about homosexuality, telling us not to speak up against it. Now, obviously I never encourage anyone to bully someone, I never encourage that. But I would encourage someone to speak against homosexuality and say, well, this is what God's intention was, and I pray that you'll be set free from the sin. I understand you have desires, but you could stop practicing this and wait until God sets you free from the sin. And He will set you free. There are plenty of testimonies of this, and you can search them up on YouTube and the internet right now. Anyway, so yeah, it's just, they're not even freeing us. Like, read this. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we have destroyed ourselves. We have lost freedom. This is not freedom, this is indoctrination. Hitler did this. Think about that. Hitler is doing exactly what these liberals are doing. They're not allowed to do this while such a young age. Hitler did what these liberals are doing to us, brainwashing us with these views. Let me read a bit. Government agencies and bureaucracies at all levels are heavily packed with indoctrinated left-leaning manipulators, who in turn are for the most part indoctrinating more followers. School textbooks and curriculum is being written for the purpose of leftist indoctrination, with the actual education of our youth playing second fiddle. That is definitely true. As I've experienced myself, that is exactly true. It's all about being politically correct, being such a wonderful member of society, not able with people's feelings and that. No. I'm sorry, but if me speaking out on something's going to offend someone, then so be it, because I will speak out on every single sin. I'm sorry, but if it's going to offend you, then I apologise and also pray for you that you will find Jesus Christ. Because the thing is that these things need to be spoke out upon. I'll be as harsh as I need to be. You know what? Jesus was not quote unquote harsh, but he wasn't harsh, but he's what you would call quote unquote harsh. Jesus called these people sons of vipers. I will call people what they are. If you're a coward, I'll call you a coward. If you're homosexual, I'll call you an abominable. I'll call you abominable. I will. I won't call you an abomination, but you are committing abominations. Okay? So understand this. Now, the left-leaning liberals have an agenda that has nothing to do with teaching children and how to think, and everything to do with teaching them what to think, or to think in politically correct terms by the official standards set forth by the Democratic Party definitions. The possibility of reserving this trend is minuscule, but somehow the education system has been miraculously transformed if we are to survive and prosper once again. Lincoln once stated that America could never be destroyed from outside. So it has to be destroyed inside, but yeah, that's not what it's about. Blah blah blah. Now this is about the American thing, so yeah. So yeah, you can go again and read this, but Vladimir Lenin, the founder of the failed social experiment that led to persecution, mass murderers, blah 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 blah. Murderers of more human beings than Hitler, could have ever dreamed of Russian communism, coined the phrase useful idiots. Useful idiots is a description of Westerners who were promoting communism and subverting the once mightiest and most collectively prosperous society of the whole of humanity. Although the idiots have infiltrated, either in an organised format or unwittingly, virtually every major institution in the United States, that nowhere is the damage more evident and more damning than our own education system. There is undeniable, insidious treacherous, devious, systematic indoctrination. Brainwashing occurring in the public in our public schools, perpetrated by indoctrinated educators, liberal special interest groups, and perverts. Some is barely perceivable, almost subliminal, while some is more blatant and wanton, unabashed propaganda. Now, here's the thing. I'm not calling these people idiots, but if you understand what it's saying, there's another thing what these people are doing. They teach all about feminism. It's bad. Right, I'm going to do a whole video on the other video on the female thing, because the Bible doesn't oppress women. It has an order to way things go. As I said, I'm going to do a completely other video on it. But women aren't slaves. I'm just saying that. No. There's a role for them. And because God is a God of order, He loves order, and that is why there's a role in the family. But I'm going to make a completely other video on it. So yeah, I'm not going to get into that. But they teach feminism and they indoctrinate us with that at birth. And to be honest, as someone with the gift of spiritual discernment, I always roll my eyes whenever I get one of these lessons. Because the liberals, they hate Christians. Plain and simple, they hate all the true Christians, but they love the Muslims. Even though the Muslims are the one with the book which commands them to wage war against us. Now, sure, the Bible does speak of a war, but that's in the unseen realm. The Bible speaks of the war in the heavens and the war in the spiritual dimension. And that was one that's taking place today. No, it's not one where we have to kill the people. No, it's where we have to save the people. We don't save them, sure, but we help God save them. We are used as vessels. We are here to help the people. That's what we do in this war. We don't kill. No, we don't do evil acts. We do good acts in this war. To overcome the evil. It's a classic good versus evil war. Learn this. So, anyway, you can go look at this, but all I'm saying is liberal brainwashing happens. I'm going to click on this, indoctrinating youth. So, Holocaust Encyclopedia. The youth are being indoctrinated. I'm a young person, so I have this experience firsthand. It's definitely happening in Britain, and it's apparently happening in America. Well, it will be definitely all around the world. Here's the problem. They are doing what Hitler did, and nobody's noticed. And the thing is, I take history. I know what Hitler did to brainwash the people. They are doing exactly the same to us. Did you know that in my school we have to have a lesson called citizenship? It's like everyone has to do like a PHSE lesson in Britain. But the thing is, we do a lesson called citizenship. It might as well be called liberalism, or left-wing class, or whatever you want to call it, or socialism, whatever. You might as well call it that. Want to know why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because all what they do is teach us about liberal views such as feminism, homosexuality, LGBT community, Islam, how people they're being persecuted and that, but they never mention the Christians being persecuted in their countries. No. They never managed to bring up the fact that the Quran commands them to kill. See, it's the problem. The youth are being indoctrinated. They've been indoctrinated with these beliefs that, oh, sin is good. That's what they literally want you to think. Sin is good. Oh yeah, gays are good. No, I'm not saying I'm calling the people on me like, it's not good to be gay. I'm saying it now. It's not good to be gay. It's bad. And that's because it's a sin. And I'm always going to stick by that. And the reason I keep mentioning homosexuals if you do so much is because they're due to the fact that that liberals push for this so heavily, and they teach us about abortion and stuff like that. How, oh, it's the woman's body, she has the right to choose. No, that is a baby. What you're doing there is murder. God knew the baby before he even entered his mother's womb. This is a clear indication. The Bible says, by the way, this is a clear indication that the baby, yes, it has a soul. By the time it's a fetus, it has a soul. Abortion is not good. You're preventing a life, which in my opinion comes down to the category of murder. I'm sorry, but it's definitely true. It's definitely true. And now, actually, I'm going to say something to you. If someone came up to a woman and they like beat her, a pregnant woman, and beat her in the stomach, a lot of people say that he should be charged with murder. But if a woman goes and gets an abortion, Then they're saying, no, that should be charged with murder. No. It's her body. You have the right to choose. No. You just twisted it there. It doesn't matter who did it. Because to be honest, it's not the woman's life. It's a child's life. Therefore, she is technically being a murderer if she's having an abortion. Do you not understand that? It's just the logic of some of these people here. The hypocrisy of liberals. Now, you can read this stuff if you want. It's just go up and read what Hitler did. They basically taught them what to do. Now, the fact that they are basically my old school, they were commanding us to go out and protest. This angered me a lot. It's like they really wanted us to go out and do these acts, but it's similar to the way that Hitler indoctrinated people to join the military. They commanded us to attack. Now, I honestly highly doubt that my school's like, well, basically it is controlled by the Illuminati. What means I highly doubt that the staff there are parts of the Illuminati. You never know, though. You actually never know. But I honestly doubt that. They've just been brainwashed to the point where they think this is good. This is good. Yes, but they think Satan has got to them. Now, when I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to pray for them. But the thing is, I do not believe. Now, my point is, if you want to teach us liberalism, fine. But you know what else you need to teach us? About what Republicans believe. What every other party believes. Teach us about that. But no, you don't. Teach about left-wing views. I, myself, am neutral. I don't fall for this left-right paradigm. But the thing is, you need to understand what it is. You need to understand that there is an agenda to divide us. And this brainwashing is going to divide the children in the class. Trust me, it's going to divide them. And this is also brainwashing them to hate born-again Christians, true Christians. It is. People who adopt these liberal views, they're going to hate us. The entire world's going to hate us. They do. Wherever you go, you got people saying, oh, you're not one of those born-again Christians, are you? Trust me. Like, they are indoctrinating them to hate Christians, saying, like, oh, these people from, like, the Stone Ages. No. We are people. I don't not look back to the Stone Ages. I look to the future. I'm always thinking about when Jesus is going to return, and I cannot wait for that day. Therefore, I look to the future a lot more than you probably do, and I know exactly where the future is going to be, because the Bible tells us exactly what it's going to be. Persecution of Christians and that. And I'm not saying that... I haven't defended Donald Trump in this video, by the way. I'm just comparing some of the stuff they said, because liberalism, it's not really good. It's not a great thing. Especially to be teaching kids from a young age. They can't do this. They are doing the equivalent to what Hitler did. So them themselves, they're being hypocrites there. They are saying that Donald Trump is being like Hitler, but it's the thing, they are being like Hitler themselves, spreading liberal propaganda. Left-wing people will do this. We are going to be brainwashed, and we will be for a while, until Jesus returns. And I honestly, it's a real shame that most people are going to be buying into this liberal stuff. And I just pray that you all wake up, and that you know where it falls for this. I can't wait for the just saying, I can't wait for the youthful disciples to finally start, because I've already got a couple of people who have joined right now, and there is one specific YouTuber I want to reach out to. Not very soon, actually. I might do it tonight about this, but yeah, it looks like the youthful disciples is going to be coming out sooner than later. We could have it on within the next couple of weeks, and that is very exciting. I'm really excited for this. Now, my point is, as I've said, teachers about liberalism all you like, but you cannot brainwash us. That is just, wow. It's just proof. They're teaching us this from young ages that we have to be all politically correct. No. The education system is a joke. They care more about making us like have... They care more about having us be liberals than us actually being educated. That's what they care about. And the thing is, a lot of the stuff that they put in there, you don't even know what to believe because a lot of it's lies. Now, the next episode of this is going to be on manipulated history. So I honestly pray that you watch it, and I pray that you will take something from it. Now, I'm going to close the video here just saying, I have no problem with people being taught liberalism, but I have a problem with people being brainwashed it. Children deserve the right to choose what they believe. Now, we should not be like taught and brainwashed into living a life of sin. And liberalism turns people away from God. That's what it does. And I pray you all realise that. I pray you all come to Jesus Christ, the Lord and Saviour, the King of Kings. Now, this is the Vigilant Soldier. I hope you all enjoyed the video. This was pretty random. I only said I was going to do this earlier today. I love you all. Sign up for now. God bless you all.